Mr. Cosletto looked back at me suddenly and rubbed the back of his neck. His black almond eyes drooped with sadness. "Didn't you? I thought. I'm sorry. You need to talk to your Nana." Tears trembled in the corner of my eyes, making everything blurry. I was tired of no one telling me the whole truth. I darted from the shed into the twilight. "Izzy, wait! Let me drive you!" Mr. Cosletto called after me. Darkness was fast approaching, but I didn't care. My feet hammered the earth. I sprinted past the church, through the plaza, and down the hills behind the Adams. Why hadn't Mom told me the truth? The words echoed in my head all the way to Nana's house. I gripped my dad's jersey tighter as I made my way past the rose garden. When I reached the house, breathless, I threw open the back door and shouted for Nana. I found her in the living room, folding towels. "Why didn't you tell me?" I held up the jersey. "He drowned saving Mom?" Nana stood up. A look of acceptance crossed her face. Had she known I would find his things? Was she only waiting for me to discover the missing piece? "Please, Izzy, sit with me." I didn't move. "Please," she motioned towards the sofa. I sat down next to her, clutching Dad's jersey on my lap, traced over the hem of the jersey. He was just 20 years old when the Pittsburgh Pirates recruited him. He'd only been in college for 2 years. 1,000 fireworks went off in my head at once. Nana's eyes blazed around the room as if she were looking for the right words. Then she turned to me and spoke slowly. "Let me start at the beginning." She smoothed her hand over top of mine. "Your papa loved our culture, and my cooking. He learned Spanish and wanted to build a house here in the village." Anna shook her head. "Your mama got so mad when the doctors told her she couldn't move with him to Pittsburgh after he'd been recruited. But he just traveled back and forth and said this was the best place on earth to live." I released Nana's hand. Why couldn't she move? She had a few complications during the pregnancy and needed to stay in care of her doctor in Albuquerque. So Mom just lived in the village while he was away. Well, she didn't want to, but she stayed here because your papa wanted her to be close to me and the doctor just in case. Suddenly I realized that if my dad had saved my mom, that meant she had already been pregnant, which means he'd save me too. I gripped the jersey tighter. "What happened?" "Well, you were a fussy baby, even in your mama's tummy, and this worried your mother." Nana glanced towards the burning candle on Mary's altar across the room. Cranberry scents filled the air. "Your mama found a doctor in Albuquerque who specialized in these kind of things." Nana's eyes drifted towards a stream of moonlight bathing the Saltillo floor, as if she could still see the moments in time she was describing. "Keep going." "Your parents were picnicking on the Rio Grande. It was an unusual hot spring day. The wind was strong enough to push angels from the clouds." She took a deep breath. "Your mama waded in, just to cool off her feet, but she must have lost her balance because she fell in and the rush of water pushed her down. Of course your father jumped in to save her. The river was so high that year, like it was now." She stood her head. He pushed your mom towards a log in the river to grab hold. But when she looked back, your papa was nowhere to be seen. His leg had shown wedged between two rocks. Nana wiped a tear from her cheek. She was 8 months pregnant. My head started to spin in circles, making me dizzy, and like the wind, Nana warmly touched my cheek. "I'm sorry, this is so much to hear at once." I pulled the jersey over my head and wrapped my arms around it. Smell of fresh earth as after a summer rain. I ran my hands down the front, smoothing the worn lines. "Don't stop." When your mother was brought to the shore, the shocks of it all sent her into labor. Thank goodness other people was with her. And that where you were born, mi chica. I was born on the river? See, you came out so quickly that no one had time to get your mother to the hospital. She took my hand in hers. But you were that girl, the miracle. Izzy, you were born early, but strong. Mom said he died before I was born. My voice quivered. Your mother thought it was a bad omen to have a birth and a death on the same day. She was just trying to protect you. I pictured a calendar in my head and put an X over my birthday. No wonder she always seems so unhappy on my birthday. It's my fault, I said. He died saving me. Maybe I wasn't meant to be born. Nana sneezed my hand. No, squeezed my hand. No, when it is our time to go, it is our time to go. And nothing can stop that. And when it is our time to be born, we come to this earth. Don't you ever think it was your fault. She tilted my chin upward to make eye contact. Do you hear me? She whispers. We weren't made to understand the ways of the Lord, but we have to trust everything that happens for a reason. Why didn't Mom give me his last name? Anna straightens the stack of towels on the coffee table. You are just as much Reed as you are Roble. Your mama went back to her maiden name after, to get a fresh start, I suppose. She hesitated for a moment, and just as she opened her mouth to say more, the phone rang. Nana scooted to the edge of the sofa stand. Don't answer it. I want to hear the rest of the story. It might be important. Please. Nana and I looked at each other for what seemed like forever, waiting for that dumb phone to stop ringing. I knew it would be quicker just to answer it than let it ring. Finally, I sprang from the sofa impatiently and ran to the phone. Dad's jersey hung almost to my knees. Hello? Izzy?
Santo